It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we've got the Dolphins' veteran quarterback, after his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Dolphins and the Niners, just ahead on EA Sports.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin, as always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Niners in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. It's Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Bridgewater. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. The Niners at 10-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. 8 catches, 127 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Gould is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did. And I remember going back to my notes before this game. And a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
From the 40 now on second down. Bridgewater, that's out to Hill, right side complete. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Bridgewater. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on second and 10. And Lance again going to keep it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. The Lance going to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him. The mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just the 3rd quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Bridgewater on 1st down. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a throw here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. The no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside, but you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space, and that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a 2nd straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. And they fake the handoff, now Lance. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Wilkins able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And Lance again going to keep it. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. On 3rd and long, it's Lance. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Bridgewater to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw, Bridgewater. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lance going to keep it on the option. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Lance on the option right, and he is going to lose yardage here. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. A nice little juke. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. His 8th rushing touchdown and 9th overall on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Liam Eichenberg, second-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They run over center with Mitchell, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lance. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Open net is Waddle, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 5. Here's Bridgewater. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
It's a slant to Hill. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing, Bridgewater. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Draw play, Edmonds, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17 to 3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, this offense and Elijah Mitchell coming back onto the field now. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st down, Lance. That's another one complete to Mitchell. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.